Hi, welcome to my presentation. I'm Qing Fan An. The topic of our poster is stakeholder mapping on the development of digital health interventions for self-management among patients with chronic obstructive pulmonary disease, which is COPD in China. We think it will be clear to divide our talk into four main sections, which are introduction, methods, results, and conclusion. Here comes to the introduction part. Chronic obstructive pulmonary disease is the third leading cause of death worldwide. Digital health interventions have the potential to improve patients' self-management of COPD, but market penetration of digital health interventions is lower than investors' expectation. Also, digital health interventions developers lack of understanding of the relationships among the stakeholders. And mapping stakeholder relationships can help to identify, evaluate, and compare their interest, role, and power. So, above all, the goal of our study was to identify needs important to stakeholders to inform DHI design and development. As for the methods we chose for this study, a qualitative methodology using focus group to enable stakeholder mapping sessions was used to identify and generate concerns among different stakeholders while talking advantage of their consistency to co-create a future version. We recruited physicians and nurses working with COPD patients in the respiratory department to complete the study. And the participants were divided into two focus groups randomly. Each focus group participated in two stakeholder mapping sessions. In session 1, we focused on patient-centered mapping. In session 2, we focused on DHI-centered mapping. To conduct the patient-centered mapping, participants were asked to identify all potential stakeholders and discuss potential fears, concerns, hopes, and also desires of stakeholders. Secondly, the participants categorized and prioritized the key stakeholders based on functionality and benefits. Participants defined the degree of interaction between each stakeholder and COPD patients. Finally, the results of the two patient-centered stakeholder mapping sessions were combined into one map. And the same process was repeated for the DHI-centered stakeholder mapping sessions. As a result, we recruited 11 healthcare providers, and we have three main results. First one is a power interest matrix, and second one is a COPD patient-centered stakeholder mapping, and the third one is a DHI-centered stakeholder mapping. This is a power interest matrix. Is to visualize the stakeholders' prioritizations. And Figure 2 was developed following the degree of interaction between COPD patients and also other stakeholders. The analyzing center was COPD patients. Here the stakeholders can be classified into three different functions for the COPD patients, which are the direct patient care, regulatory and policy compliance, and DHI research and design. There are three colors to clarify the different groups. The dark red area is the direct patient care. It has healthcare providers, patients, family members, and also hospitals. This group is to receive authoritative guidance and additional learning opportunities and also interactions with healthcare providers. And the second group is regulatory and policy compliance, which is a green area. and the government agents and investors have the greatest impact on the objective conditions. And the third group is digital health intervention research and design. Stakeholders in this group include designers, researchers, healthcare providers, and patients. Following good design processes and practice, designers must work with patients and healthcare providers to understand user needs using qualitative and quantitative research methods. The data collected can be used to examine the HI efficiency and cost effectiveness. Next page is DHI-centered stakeholder mapping. The left hand is the external side. The right hand is the internal side. So that is the result part. In the conclusion part, we identified two stakeholder maps, a patient-centered stakeholder map and a DHI-centered stakeholder map, and also demonstrated the importance of investigating the roles of different stakeholders involved in the COPD care. The resulting findings help informing the design and development of a sustainable DHI beyond the APUs. And in the future study, we should address regulatory and practice needs to support patient self-management. That's all. Thank you.